Namaste. Hello. Happy spring, everybody. Welcome to a 30 to maybe 40-minute chair yoga class. It's designed for my local senior center for tomorrow, but I think it'd be nice for anybody who needs a little more exercise and motion and breath work in their chairs. So check in with yourself. See how you're doing today. Check in with your posture. Square your shoulders over your hips. Let your knees come out as straight as they can comfortably, and make sure your ankles are directly under your knees. Roll your shoulders up and back and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Let's focus on the breath for a while, making each breath a little bit deeper, a little more full, focusing on the inhalation and then letting it go, turning into an exhalation. Let the lungs empty fully and completely, pulling in the ribs, pulling up the diaphragm, doing everything you can to empty your lungs of that old breath. Breathe in, fresh new breath. Shoulders get broad, ribs get wide. And then exhale, fully emptying the lungs. This time breathe in and focus on that moment. Just pause after the inhalation, before the exhalation. And then exhale fully, and then once again pause at the bottom of the breath after the exhalation, before the inhalation, and then breathe in deep. And pause, exhale, and pause. And continue breathing in this slow, deep manner, focusing on each inhalation, each pause at the top of the breath, and each exhalation at the bottom of the breath. There should be a name for those pauses, right? That special transitional moment where your inhalation is no longer a breath in and becomes an exhalation. That special transitional moment when your exhalation is complete and then you focus on breathing in again. Should be a name for that spot, right? Maybe two, one for the top and one for the bottom. So just keep coming back to the breath, whether it's right now in this moment during yoga, or whether you're out in the world and you need just a little bit of a break, or there's a little bit of stress, or you feel good. Always come back to the breath. If you can breathe, you can do yoga, right? And then open our eyes. Roll your shoulders up and back again. Take your hands out to the side. Let's stretch and breathe. Breathe in, stretch up. And exhale, let the arms float slowly down towards the earth. And then inhale, reach out and up, breathing and look up. And then exhale, slow and steady, release your hands toward the ground. One more time, inhale out and up, breathing in, look up if that suits you. And then exhale, float the hands slowly down towards the earth. Okay, let's take our feet a little bit wider than hips distance. We'll do a side stretch. We're going to start by taking our right forearm to our right thigh and then reaching that left hand out and up, straight up to begin. Press down in the left sit bone and then arch it over. Graceful, long line of stretching, really breathing into that side body. And kind of pay attention to this position in the top half of our body, because we're going to do reverse warrior in a little bit. And this arch will be the same arch that we do then, and come back. Let's do the other side. Take the left forearm to the left thigh. Take the right hand down, out, and straight up towards the sky. Really get that pushing down in the right sit bone as you're reaching up toward the sky, and then arch it over. Once again, feeling that length in your side body from the right sit bone all the way up through the side ribs, the armpit, and up overhead to that graceful arch of your arm. And then come back. Let's go back to the first side. The left hand comes out and up, pressing down in the left sit bone and arch it over. Enjoy that length. Maybe turn your heart up towards the sky just a little bit to keep that openness. And breathing slow and deep the whole time through. And then release. One more time to the right. Left forearm comes down, the right hand goes out and straight up. Push down in the chair and then arch over. Slow, steady breathing, slow, steady movements. Respect your body's benefits and limitations today. And breathe. Come on back. We're going to do some crossing. If you're not into deep crossing, you can take your cross at the ankles. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can take your left knee cross over your right. Maybe you want to kind of squish your feet in together and really work those muscles. If you want to do some hip opening, you've got the option to make a figure 4 with your legs, maybe pressing down on that knee a little bit to really open that hip. And we're going to take our right hand outside of our left knee, roll the left shoulder up and back, and begin a twist. You can use your right hand to kind of leverage the twist wherever you're at. Broadening across the chest, letting the belly come across the thigh, getting tall in the spine as we breathe in, and deepening the twist as we breathe out. Breathing in, get tall. Breathing out, getting spiraled, I guess. And then slowly unwind, uncross, and see what kind of cross you want to do on the other side. You might want to, again, cross at the ankles. You got the option to cross at the knee, maybe pulling those feet together, or go wide, opening up the hips. And I can tell you from personal experience, one side might not feel the same as the other. Taking your left hand outside your right knee, take your right shoulder, roll up and back, and initiate the twist, broadening across the chest. Breathe in deep and get tall, and then exhale. Relax yourself into that twist, maybe pulling that belly across the thigh if it's getting wedged in there. Find your space. Breathe in deep and getting long in the spine. Exhale and swirling around that spinal axis. You can take your eyes over your back shoulder as you breathe in and breathe out. Unwind, uncross. Let's go one more time towards the left. Crossing, maybe choose a different cross this time. I'm going to cross at the knee and take my right hand outside my left knee, roll the left shoulder up and back, initiating the twist, and breathe. Nice tall spiral, straight up and down, just wrapping around, almost like a little DNA strand. Breathe deep. See what's over there. See what you can look at behind you. I am fortunate enough to see the forsythia blooming. And unwrap. I'll get to make forsythia syrup in a week or so. Change the cross of your legs. Again, you might want to choose a different one for each side. Then take the left hand outside the right knee. Take the right shoulder up and back as you twist. Getting tall and spiraling deep. Forsythia flower syrup has a nice sweet honey flavor to it. You would never, it almost tastes like honey. It's really great. Breathe deep, twist deeper, and release, unwind. Okay, let us come up to stand, and we'll do some spinal twist standing. Let's start with a forward fold. You can take your feet a little bit wider than your hips, as wide as you feel gives you the most stability. And if you want a little more challenge, you can keep your ankles tight together. Totally up to you, it's your practice. Roll your shoulders up and back, the palms come wide. We'll inhale the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, only going as deep as it suits you and your body today. If you have glaucoma, they recommend not taking the head below the heart. But if you don't have any contraindications like that, you can reach deeply towards the earth, folding into yourself and finding ease and comfort in your forward fold. Nice deep breaths. And then lift up to a flat back, arms wide, come up with a straight spine, reach the arms out and up, breathing in. Exhale, dive down, leaning with the heart, and we forward fold again. Find a moment of quiet in your forward fold. I'll even stop talking for it. Breathing in, lift up to a flat back, take the arms wide and come on up. Reach up one more time, inhale, and exhale, dive down. Maybe this time shift your hips back and forth just a little bit, waking up those hips a little bit more. Stretching out that lower back, stretching out those hamstrings. If it's too deep, bend your knees. Find comfort in the pose. Find comfort in your body. Give thanks for your body for participating on any level that it can. And then lift up, flat back arms wide. And let's leave them wide at a T. Let's take the feet a little bit wider and let's find our side stretch again. Reaching, let's see, the left hand up, reach the right arm down, and then arch it over. Feel the long stretch. Now you can feel that energy coming from your left heel all the way up the side body to the left fingertips. And then come back to a T. And let's do the other side. Reach the right hand up, arch it over. Feel the energy coming from the heel all the way up through the body to the other side, and then come back. And then let's just do some quick breezy twists before the train comes. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but we'll just do some breezy twists and let it come. And then we'll sit down. I might have to cut some of the film out, so if you see me sitting down, you'll know what happened. It's coming. Okay. I'm gonna sit down and then we'll stand up again when it's time for sun salutations. Okay, there goes the train. Can you hear how loud it is? Yeah, it kind of interrupts my flow the way the YouTube ads interrupt your flow. So if you can subscribe and I can get to 500 subscribers, I can cut your ads out on your end. But I don't know, I just have to edit the videos to cut the train out on my end. Anyway, so yeah, let's stand up again and then we'll do our sun salutations and then our balance, and then we'll get into our flow. So come to the side of your chair. I'm starting on the left side of the chair. You're gonna face the chair in Tadasana, mountain pose. Stand up tall, check in with your alignment, roll your shoulders up and back. So here we are feeling firm and strong in mountain pose. We're gonna inhale and take the arms out and up. And then exhale, fold down, place your palms on the seat of the chair. And then if you want to go deeper, you can bend your elbows in your forward fold. Nice deep breaths here. And then lift up to a flat back. For downward facing dog, we'll step our right foot back, followed by the left. And then we'll stretch the hips up high towards the sky, opening up the armpits, letting the heart and belly come towards the earth. In fact, you can pull your belly once you're in that bent position up under the rib cage a little bit. And breathe in your downward facing dog. Let's push forward into plank pose. The shoulders come over the wrists. You can deepen the pose by stepping your feet out a little bit if you want to and dropping the hips, finding a straight line. That's an optional plank practice. Nice deep breaths. Let's go into chaturanga, bending the elbows just a little bit and then pushing back up. Step your right foot forward, followed by the left. Bend your knees, lift your heart for baby cobra pose. And then rolling up to stand, one vertebrae at a time, till the shoulder comes up and back, the chin lifts, and we return to mountain pose. Let's repeat the practice on the same with the other side leading. Inhale, the arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold, bending the elbows as deep as feels right for you. Inhale, lift up, flat back. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Send the hips high towards the sky, opening the armpits, letting the gaze go down towards the ground. See if you can see your ankles. When you're doing a floor mat downward facing dog, your eyes and gaze goes toward your navel. Not sure that would work on the chair, right? Anyway, reach and breathe. Then push forward, leaving you're on the balls of your toes. Your shoulders are over your wrists, stepping those feet back just a little bit if you want to extend your plank down. Tight core no matter which option you choose. Deep breaths no matter which option you choose. And then bending the forearms, bending the biceps a little bit, pushing up for chaturanga. Stepping the left foot forward, stepping the right foot forward. Bend the knees, lift the heart for baby cobra. Feel the arch in the upper back. Maybe tuck the pelvis slightly and then roll up one vertebrae at a time, returning to mountain pose. Okay, listen to those wind chimes. Let's face each other. We'll stay on this side of the chair. I have to fix my undershirt, excuse me. Roll your shoulders up and back, stay broad across the hips and the chest. We're going to go into tree pose, so you can rest your hand lightly or have a death grip, up to you, but I recommend resting your hand lightly on the back of your chair, putting your weight in your right foot, getting light in the right. You can leave your toes on the ground, put your heel against your standing leg, opening up for tree pose. If you want to take a deeper balance, you can lift the foot to your calf, or even grab your ankle, pull it up to your thigh. Wherever you're at today, find your tree in the base, and then keeping that broadness across the chest and the hips, take the arms out and up. If you want to balance without the chair, you can kind of float that hand that's near the chair up towards the sky, or leave it on the chair. It's there. If you find yourself wobbling, that's good. Your body's doing what it's supposed to do. Breathe deep. We're trees coming out of hibernation this time of year. Inhale and exhale, and then slowly come on back down to the ground. And let's do it on the other side as well. So walking around to the right side of the chair, standing tall, broadening across the shoulders, keeping the hips straight forward. Putting your weight into your left foot, that's your standing foot. Take your fingers to the back of your chair. Bend the knee, open the hip. Find the position of this lower branch. Is it a branch, you think, or just part of a reinforcement of the trunk? Anyway, take your fingers out and up. Try both hands if you want to give it a go. If you feel too wobbly, and by that I mean more than you're comfortable with, tighten your core. Focus on your breath. These are the things that help create the momentum of stillness. Kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? But you know what I mean? The moment, like you kind of just get into that. Once you get that stillness, it's kind of like self-perpetuating. And then slowly release the hands down, take the foot down, put shoe back on, and come back to sit in your chair. So here's our flow. We're going to go from the standard warrior two, the classic poses, to the classic perceived poses of yoga being a super twisty pretzel game. We'll start in our chair in our seated mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale the arms out and up. Take the feet as wide as you need to provide a firm base for your belly. So for some people that's like close, some people that's hips width apart, some people it's a little wider. And then once you get your foot position, reach even higher and then dive down. Arms out wide, heart leads, belly comes down to the thighs. The chest and the belly press against the thighs in a forward fold. And just enjoy that self-connection. Enjoy the strength and quiet that the connection to yourself brings in a forward fold. And of course, breathe deep. And then push your feet into the ground, swoop your arms down, forward, and rise up, only at an angle though, Utkasana, chair pose. If you want to make it more challenging, take your biceps up higher by your ears. Tighten your core, your back is so strong here, your heart is reaching forward and up, your chin could lift a little. Maybe tuck your pelvis just slightly and reach. And breathe. And then come up. Drop your arms to cactus. We're going to do eagle pose, Garudadana. And we're going to do it in steps. And you kind of pick your step, go as far as it feels good for you. Take your feet together and then step them out just a little bit in front of you and cross the left ankle over the right. That might be it for your leg position, or you can lift up, cross at the knee, and push that foot in towards the center post. Now, if you want to go super wrap, you can cross it over and even use your hands, like I think I have to tuck your legs so your legs fully wrapped behind that standing leg, and then square back up, arms up. So whatever your level is at works today. We'll do the same thing with the hands. Take the hands, the palms can come together. You can stop here, or you can pull your elbows in together. Your forearms can touch. Continue on if you want to. Take your left hand over your right wrist. See if the palms, backs of the hands, your back palms touch together. If you want to go even deeper, you can lift up that left elbow and cross it in deeper, and then maybe your backs, your arms come together, or maybe your hands wrap. Wherever you're at along the process works for you. And everybody, straighten up long in the spine. Lift your arms just a little to create a little more space, and then hinge forward at the hips. Breathe deep. Take your gaze off into the distance. If you're an eagle in eagle pose, you're like spying some little field mouse. If you're a vegetarian eagle, maybe you just see a little flower. You're going to swoop down and pick up. Breathe in, breathe out, holding the twist just a little bit longer. And then release the arms, pinch your shoulder blades, go wide and undo the feet as well. Let everything go, shake it out a little bit. Garudadana, eagle pose. Definitely one of those like twisty yoga poses that people think of when they think yoga. All right, let's do it on the other sides. Whole sequence. Inhale the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, dive forward. Like I said, make room for your belly in your chest to go comfortably between your legs, but so that you still get that firm pressure of connection with yourself. Nice deep breaths as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel yourself go a little deeper. Coming out of our forward fold, we're going to push our feet into the ground, take our arms and swoop them forward and rise up to an angle for chair pose. Taking the biceps close to the ears, lifting the gaze if that's comfortable for you. Strong back muscles, engaged core, and Utkasana chair pose. And then sit up straight, arms come to cactus. Excuse me, please. I feel myself getting dry. So cactus pose, we're going to do the same thing. Eagle pose, Garudadana from the other side. Step your feet out just a little bit forward and front. Maybe stay there. Maybe cross the left ankle over the right. Maybe cross the left knee over the right. Again, pushing in so that you've got a center post. And then if you want to take it deeper, you can get a full twist where you kind of hook your toes around the back of your calf. And again, it might work on one side, not the other. It might not work at all. It might just be fun to watch. Who knows? Moving on to the arms, because we're sitting tall, we take the palms together at the heart center. This could be enough here, or maybe you take the forearms together. Maybe you take the right wrist, cross it over the left, and let the backs of the hands touch. Maybe you go a little deeper and you can take that right elbow up and in, wrap it around like this, or scoot those fingertips of the palm in. Depends on how open your shoulders are, how long you've lived without injuring them, right? Okay, sit tall. Hinge forward at the hips, take the gaze out over the tips of the fingers into the distance. Find that field mouse or that daffodil. Breathe in and breathe out. Garudadana is also a standing balance pose. If you want to give that a little try after class, it's kind of fun to do standing. It's challenging. And then sit up tall, release the arms, pinch the shoulder blades together in cactus, and then undo the legs. And let everything go, kind of shake it out. Okay, we're doing great. I know I'm going into a little bit of overtime here. That's okay. What we're going to do is just a nice steady flow. We'll do it with a breath. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, arms to a T. You're going to pick your right foot up, step it out to the side. Your left leg is going to extend straight. Your torso stays wide. We're in Warrior Two pose. Take your gaze out over your middle finger. Find a drishti point, a gaze of soft focus. Check in with your hands. Make sure one's not higher than the other. I always hate like when I check the videos and like, oh no, my hand was down. See if you can get them even, but if you can't, that's perfectly okay. Moving on, side angle pose. Reach forward. Take your right forearm to your right thigh and take the left hand straight up to the sky. And then internally wrap. So your thumb's going to go towards the back of your head. Your pinky comes forward and then reach that arm straight over for side angle pose. See if you can flex that back foot and let that energy run from your heel up through your hip, up through the side body, the armpit, up through the fingers of the left hand. Nice deep breaths in your side angle pose. And then come back to Warrior Two. We'll go from Warrior Two into Reverse Warrior. Look at your front palm, flip it up. Reach it up. Let your back hand drop down. It can even go down your back leg. And then here's that same side stretch that we had when we warmed up, right? You can push down into your right sit bone, reach up to the right side body, and feel that arch. It's a strong but graceful pose, Reverse Warrior. And then come back to Warrior Two. Drop the arm. Let's do the whole thing to the other side. And then we'll come back and repeat the first side, moving with the breath. So we're sitting tall in our chair mountain pose. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, arms to a T. Pick your left foot, step it off to the side. Extend your right leg, keeping your hips facing forward towards me. I like to angle my toes on my back foot in slightly, as if I'm in the standing version. Taking the gaze off over your left fingers into the distance, finding a drishti point of focus. Breathe in your warrior two, and breathe out. Check in with your alignment. Oh, see, you see that back arm was dropping. It's so hard to have that body awareness all the time. And let's move into side angle pose. So we're going to reach towards the left, take the left forearm to the left thigh, right hand comes straight up. And then internally rotates. So your thumb's going to go back, your pinky comes forward, and you reach over your head. Long straight arm, long straight line of energy, pushing down in that heel, your right heel. Feel the energy coming up from your right heel through your right side body to the fingertips, and breathe. Just feel the length in this posture. Feel some energetic hands here. Have some jazz hands. You know, no soft floppy hands for here. Have them extended and energetic. And then come back to warrior two. We'll move into reverse warrior by looking at that left palm, flipping it up, scooping the air up, arching it back. Again, you can take your right hand, reach it down toward the ground, or let it just kind of slide down that right leg, that extended right leg. And feel the stretch, pushing down into that left sit bone, feeling it energize up the side body, turning the heart up, feeling a graceful arch for the top arm for reverse warrior. And then come back to warrior two and release the pose. Take it all back in. And then what we'll do is we're going to move with the breath going towards the right. So inhale, the arms come up. Exhale to a T. Picking up the right leg, stretching out the left leg, warrior two pose. Take your gaze off into the distance. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale. Breathe in deep, one full breath, side angle pose. And exhale. Inhale back to warrior two and exhale. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse warrior and exhale. Breathe in one full breath in your reverse warrior and exhale. Inhale back to warrior two, my sleeves, and exhale. So this time we're going to move one breath for each pose. So breathing in, inhale, warrior two, exhale. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Let's do it again. Breathe in, side angle pose. Breathe out, warrior two. Breathe in, reverse warrior. And breathe out, warrior two. Beautiful. Let's do that the other side. Check in with your alignment. Come back to your seated Tadasana. And inhale the arms up. Exhale, arms to a T. Picking up the left leg, extending the right. Taking your gaze off to the left for warrior two. We're going to move with the breath. Breathe in for warrior two and breathe out. Inhale, side angle pose. And breathe out. One full breath in side angle pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, warrior two. And breathe out. You're going to inhale and then flip back, reverse warrior. And breathe out. One full breath, breathing in, reverse warrior. Breathe out, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. And breathe out. We'll move it faster. We're moving with the breath. Breathe in and breathe out, warrior two. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale over, side angle pose. Exhale back, neutral pose. Inhale, arch it back, reverse warrior. And inhale, warrior two pose. and release. Okay, come on back to center. We'll do one more series. We'll do some high lunges and low lunges, again, moving with the breath. Starting out in Tadasana, inhale the arms up. Stepping the right foot off to the right. Now turn your hips towards the side of the chair as well, dropping this inside knee, stepping the foot back as little or as much as suits you today. Everybody's got their own spot, but your hips should be square to the side of the chair. Your arms are up. Stretch in all directions. We're in high lunge pose. Breathe in. Exhale and fold. Take your hands to your knee or towards the ground for low lunge. You might find that your back leg gets a little bit straighter in low lunge. And then inhale, high lunge. Twist toward the back of your chair. Breathe in deep. Exhale with a twist. Pushing back in that left heel. And then inhale up, high lunge. Exhale, fold, low lunge. Inhale up, high lunge, and exhale, release. Come on back towards the front. Shift everything around. Find Tadasana chair mountain pose. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. And release. Okay, other side. Inhale, the arms come up. They stay up. As we pick up the left foot, turn our hips towards the left, dropping that knee in, down towards the ground, and stepping it back however far or not far as it wants to go or not go. Lifting the arms up for high lunge, reaching up towards the sky, pushing that heel back as much as it likes to go, and no further. Reach up, breathing in. And exhale, low lunge. Take your hands to your thigh for support or towards the ground, whatever works for you. Push that foot into the ground to help get you up, arms up, high lunge. And then twist towards the back of the chair. Breathe deep and exhale, deepen the twist. And then inhale, high lunge. Exhale, low lunge. Breathing in, high lunge. And release. Okay, we're gonna do on the home stretch here. So what I want to do is revisit our chair pose, our Utkasana, and then we're gonna also give a little scoop up so that we're gonna hover an inch or 2 or 4, whatever works for you over your chair. So it's a lot of core engagement. We got these muscles all tight through here. So let's do it. Inhale the arms up. Tuck your feet under just a hair and hinge forward at the hips like we do for a chair pose. You should be able to see your knees, your toes, just on the far side of your knees. So really reach in your Utkasana. Breathe in, feel that fierce pose. And then dive down. Now we're going to take our hands and swoop up, lift up, really pressing into the earth, and then sit back down, arms down. Got it? So we'll do that. You might get up out of the chair with got that oomph, or maybe you don't have it today, but you got the idea the energy to try. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Swoop the arms down, swoop the arms up, lift up and hover and breathe and hover some more and then sit down and release the arms down. One more time. Inhale up, hinge forward at the hips as you exhale, Utkasana. Let the arms come down, fold down, then swing them back up. Oomph yourself up out of the chair, standing Utkasana. It's a great workout. And then sit back in your chair and let the arms come down. I think we can do a little bit of quad work, core work before the train comes. It's a 3rd or 4th train today. What's up with that? So let's take the hands together at the heart center. And we're gonna do our sit-ups. So we're gonna sit in the first third of the chair, lifting the left leg, and then let's go back and up. Use your core to move slow and steady in your chair. Nice deep breaths. Switch the feet. Keep going with the upper body, back and up. If you want this to be a little bit harder, scoot closer to the front edge of your chair. Nice deep breaths. Back and up. Switch feet one more time. Keep the breathing slow and steady. Keep the core action slow and steady. Switching feet again. We're on the home stretch, and then we'll have Savasana once the train passes through. It's the busiest neighbor I've got today, right? Okay, let the feet down. Scoot yourself back in the chair and let the arms down. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. As we exhale, the train has come back through. So I'm going to mute that sound for our Shavasana. Breathe in deep, hold the breath, and then exhale fully and hold. Resume a natural, relaxed breathing and take note of all the benefits that we've received from sharing our yoga practice together. Enjoy this moment for yourself. And then we'll finish our practice together, sitting up tall in our seats. We'll take our arms out and up as we breathe in. Let the palm touch and come down through to the heart center. Namaste. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.